Alright, greetings and salutations everybody. I consider myself a fairly smart individual, and so I'm going to go on this here Reddit and find other people who are apparently also very smart under the tag I am very smart. I'm sure it's only filled with the highest caliber Mensa candidates. Okay, what we got here? Alright, some people are just too complex. Okay, was this funny? Did I miss something? I didn't even crack a smile this whole clip. Some of y'all are easily entertained over nothing, aka basic beach. Have fun, sheeple, but for real, some of you really cracked a smile and/or laughed? Whatever makes you happy. He goes on to say, I'm more complex. Yes, people are different. Yes, he's very complex, so complex that he in fact cannot spell an entire word with all the letters that it comes with. I'd give credit if I even half smiled maybe, giggled watching any of these posts. That's okay. Raise your standards and don't probably be so simple. Lol, JK, be you, kissy face. Don't think I'm gonna take critique from a guy with a Dr. Seuss quote in his bio. Hey, don't talk mess about Dr. Seuss, okay? I kid. Didn't even take time to type the whole thing out either. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. Like, comedy's subjective anyway, and sometimes, like, I laugh at Carlin, okay? And then sometimes you laugh at, like, The Simpsons, too, okay? It's okay. You don't have to be the coolest all the time at all times. The politics of anime art. All art is political. MFs try and explain the politics of this. Absolutely no political dimension to a picture of a Japanese character treating the product of an American multinational fast food corporation as manna from heaven. No, sir. Don't even think about opening a history book. But seriously, that artwork is a reflection of U.S. global cultural homogeny. Hegemony? Whatever. You put your thesaurus away, official. It's not that hard to see this stuff if you know how to look at the world. Hi, artist here. It's about a cute girl eating burger. I don't even know what this is. I am a 17-year-old sapiosexual. Oh, he thinks smart sexy. Okay. JEE aspirant. Well, it's so smart Google don't even know what it is. Astrophile, philomath, polymath, polyglot, optimist, perfectionist, intellectual, INTJ. I'm an INTJ. You son of a bitch. And I don't talk like this. Agnostic, atheist, apolitical, anarchist. I feel like those two kind of go. Cricketer, idealist, becoming a billionaire is the final destination for me. Not interested in girls who can't solve a simple arithmetic question in their mind. Please don't bring dishonor to my intellectual integrity. Narcissistic as it may sound, but having high self-esteem and holding myself to high standards isn't explicitly unethical or aberrant. I also have a stark apathy toward licentious and dissolute women. My favorite authors, Sir Richard Feynman, Resnick, Halliday, and Walker. I'm not going to read the rest of all that. Favorite subjects, physics, mathematics, computer science, astronomy, astrophysics, paleontology, Roman history, being a freaking bore, cosmetology, lying, rocket sciences. Languages I know. No, you don't. You don't know. You're not. You can't be 17 and have done all this. Okay. You could have done a lot more than all this if you were 17 or whatever. Like, go outside. Like, go climb a tree. Like, go hold hands with somebody. Do something other than sit here and make up shit that probably didn't happen that you think makes you sound smart on the internet. Okay. Guess what? If you try to sound smart on the internet, you don't typically sound very smart. You end up on people's IQs are really lower than their credit score now and days. Absolutely jarring. Well, considering a bad credit score is like 600 and a high IQ is like 130, yeah, I'd say pretty much every freaking body's IQ is lower than their credit score. Isn't like the maximum IQ 300 and like the absolute lowest credit score somewhere over 300? Like, it's literally impossible for those two to intersect. I really like when people try to sound smart and just get the absolute just dignity knocked out of them. God, that's one of my kinks, I'll be honest. Sometimes all the negativity just gets me down. Being smart is so depressing sometimes. It feels so lonely to view the world how it truly is, without having the benefit of a too small mind to comprehend it all, and getting that built-in built-in happy-go-lucky filter for your brain. You know, to assume that everybody else around you is a drooling idiot and you're the only person who's got any sense of sense to them, man. That is awful of you to think that way about other people. You may be smarter than other people, sure, but just because you're a little bit smarter than this guy over here doesn't mean that everybody else around you is just stupid, man. I don't understand like where you get off thinking this way. Having the world run by idiots in all layers of society and having them all around you and even in your own gene pool is just so ... I did not finish that sentence. It just feels like a curse to be an actual thinking being capable of thoughtful feelings. Sometimes I wish I was a sheep, metaphorically, obviously, like all the others, so that I too could be dumb and happy. Again, why you gotta be like that, man? Like, you're saying that everybody who's not you is dumb. How up your own ass are you? People always tell me it's a gift. I should be thankful for who and what I am. They all wish to be as smart as I am, but they don't even understand what they're saying. Sure, a dog would tell you it'd like to provide its own snacks, but it simply couldn't grasp the implementations of having to earn money and provide for itself. All it sees is the ability to buy its own snacks. All the negativity I receive on here, I can dismiss as people having a laugh at what they can't grasp out of sheer ignorance and blissful stupidity. But it does get to me that this is the normal state of mind of normal, average humans, unlike me. It saddens and frightens me. I'm scared of those that I deem stupider than me. Someone actually acknowledging and recognizing me as a thinker actually gives me a little bit of joy. Actually using the word actually in an actual sentence actually makes me very happy. Actually, not hope, not confirmation, but just a little bit of joy it does provide for me. Thank you, fellow thinker. I don't know what this was in response to. I don't know if somebody said, hey, you seem like you're kind of smart, and you just dropped all this word vomit on them, man. But again, like, you might be smart. You might be, like in some upper percentage, man. But just because you're smart at a couple of things doesn't mean that everybody else around you is, well, you know, an idiot. A most excellent read. I highly recommend this for the erudite, the intelligentsia, the intellectuals of society. You already lost like 90% of the people who are going to read this, brother. As of late, I have grown rather bored of reading my usual Descartes and Shakespeare. I attempted one of those modern novels. Modern novels that was written 70 years ago. John Ronald Reuel Tolkien. You mean J.R.R. Tolkien? The Lord of the Rings. You can imagine my disgust when I found it to be nothing short of an iniquitous publication, permeating with blasphemies and hideous subhuman creations who were suggested to be superior to our own human race. I was distressed. I had no reading material, but eureka! ! I had it. I had nothing, and then I had it. Instead of reading modern literature, I would read antique literature, the classics. As I searched my personal library, I came across Sophocles' Antigone. It was nothing short of epic. Antigone is for those who enjoy the characters and tragedies of Homer, but dismay at the battles and romance of the very same author. I beseech you to all disregard the many critical views of this opus as one who may find they are nothing but tomfools and children reading Antigone. Once more, I highly recommend Sophocles' Antigone to all who have a brain capable of enjoying its pages. My appreciation for reading my review. I remain the Lieutenant Han Ludolf Caxon Viscount Caxiton. You said your OMCHCVO front engine rear wheel drive sub luxury package MOUSC. What in the, like, how much titles you got, brother? What do you do for a living besides apparently go on here and pull words out your thesaurus to write damn Amazon Google reviews, bro? What the hell? While I did not test, I am fairly certain my IQ was also below 180 at the age of 5. Now as well, come to think of it. The way he writes this, below 180, he's probably saying, he probably means like somewhere between 160 and 180, but the way that he wrote it, his IQ could be anywhere from 179 to 0, so technically he's not wrong. Cool story, bro. I didn't test, but I'm pretty sure, pretty sure it don't get you there. Okay, so this looks like it's a reply to the one that I did earlier, and it too is a word salad. I absolutely feel you. Sometimes it would rather be preferable to be the ones who are looking at things with basically no critical filter. If someone I loved or trusted could just be like, things are going to be okay, and you could just believe them, and not be constantly thinking about the state of society, the world, or your own existence. But there are good ways to express yourself and to communicate these ideas to other various perspectives and points of view, such as your comment itself, which is a piece of art itself. Basically, the way I see it, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to continue reading all this. I mainly want to get down to that comment at the bottom that says, if you guys are going to jerk each other off, should we be paying to watch? Got him. Do stupid people, linear thinkers, have gaming advantage? Upon playing games, I often notice that the uncreative, non-intuitive, and generally close to average in terms of intellect persons, because you're a, perfect metric for that, tend to be most consistent in gaming performance. This I say because obviously I am the opposite of all those, again, because I am such a wonderful metric and a perfect judge of other people's cognitive ability. And notice that I differ in my gaming approach to the vast majority, hence to quit saying stupid people, man. You just mean people. You don't mean, quote unquote, there's not stupid people, man. That's what you're saying because you think that because you're so damn smart, but we're about to disprove that. What I've noticed is that potential-wise, i.e. my maximum output, I am on a whole other level to them. That is, a given performance in which I and a linear thinker duel, a linear thinker because I'm a non-linear thinker apparently, I most likely demolish him. I am able to, I'm so badass too, it's r/I'm mentally badass. I am able to, due to my intuition and intellect, demolish his performance and make mine excellent. Yet, as this thinker I happen to be, who is able to be extract, I can be rather inconsistent, and because I have a natural preference for the nonlinear, my gaming performance can drop drastically in case I am not in a state of deep focus. The linear non-intellectual, however, even on his day off, has more consistency, for his performance has always been relying on the same pattern. His low performance happens only if the pattern is shattered by an external force, such as myself. It is akin to a car that drives fast straightforwardly and will continue by mere pushing of the pedal, and do well in that linear task. Yet a mere rock on the road can slow it down or push it away, and should no such obstacle be placed by an external force or agent, the car shall continue freely. The non-intellectual linear thinker has an advantage over the deep thinker, for even if the talent of the latter is on an incomparably higher level, the linear thinker shall be victorious by merely being awake in the midst of the briefest time of mind fatigue that occurs in the deep thinker. So basically what you're saying here is the guy who plays Call of Duty all the time, who just has a feel for the game, can kind of just mentally check out and wax your ass because maybe you're just not good at Call of Duty. Maybe that's not your game. Like, I kind of sort of almost get what you're saying a little bit. Like, you might be thinking about things too much. Like, you might be thinking about the physics of what should happen in a game. But you got to think in terms of the game engine, bro. A game is just that. It's a game. It's not... You're not actually out there playing war with people. It's a game, or a racing game or whatever. You're thinking about, well, I need to make sure that I keep the brakes cool on my car so that I will continue to have braking power at a later point in this track. The game's not tracking that usually. Like, you just brake when you brake, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, I get it. Sometimes you play games different, and that's cool. You can play games different. And sometimes I get lost in the weeds sometimes, like games like Zelda or whatever. When the path says go this way, I might go tool around over here because I want to take in more of what's going on and like exploring the little nooks and crannies. I can understand that, and I can understand. But you just saying that, you could outsmart somebody if they, hit a quote-unquote road bump or whatever. Like, just say you're not good at Call of Duty, man. Just say you're not good at Call of Duty. I very recently learned that the reason I have little to no friends is so full based on the fact that I think quote-unquote fun and enjoyable conversations involve figuring out how math equations work. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. If you're laughing at yourself, then that's probably not why. Like, if you think that's funny, how quirky I am that I like to do math for fun, that's probably not the reason why people don't like you. You're probably just not a fun person to be around. I keep having dreams in the same particular room. The color of paint on the wall changes periodically, throwing me off. However, the purpose is always the same. I wake up writing down the words. I'm seeing and hearing. Turns out I'm learning Latin. Anyone else learning new languages and random dreams? So let me get this straight. Your brain is so advanced that you are literally an antenna for other languages, and you divine like actual like constructive vernacular from other that you're not exposed to on the regular while your eyes are doing all this number, while you're trying to sleep and your brain is flashing off random imagery in your head. It's occasionally picking up like an old crappy radio, picking up a Latin station and feeding that into your head and teaching you how to properly conjugate and everything. That is freaking amazing, and it didn't happen. Well, periods suck. Trust me, I was emotionally close with a woman. In fact, close enough to feel her goddamn periods. I effing hated it, man. Don't get that attached. Yeah, God, when it was her time of the month, I had cramps too because, I don't know, man. Be supportive, feed her ice cream, whatever else she asks for, but don't get attached enough to feel them. It's not worth it. You didn't feel her freaking time of the month cramps, you freaking knuckle-dragging idiot. Anyway, I hate to be callous, but that's just your body telling you to hurry up and get pregnant. Of course, birth control also makes them not as bad, depending on what kind. Of course, you could find out that there's more kinds of birth control than there are types of oil, which is a pain. There are more contaminant things that there are types of oil, according to my dad, who actually knows his shit about the oil, saying there's 4 types. Yes, I'm talking about motor oil here. So ladies, find what's right for you. Ask a doctor. Test some different period things out. It's for your own good. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought I couldn't read for a minute. Did this guy just assume women didn't know that? Did he just mansplain periods? He sure did. Did he imply that he could actually feel someone else's period? He sure did. Motor oil? He sure did. There's a lot to unpack here, but let's just throw away the whole suitcase. I'm going to try to read this like Fischl from Genshin Impact. Your utter disregard for the lexicon of political discourse and your flagrant and injudicious deployment of incendiary and contentious terminology such as fascist without any regard for their precise and nuanced meanings is a most lamentable and deplorable state of affairs, for it is well established that the more such terms are indiscriminately bandied about, the more they lose their potency and significance, until they are reduced to mere banalities and cliches, devoid of any real substance or coherence. Indeed, your conduct in this matter bears a striking resemblance to the classic fable of the boy who cried wolf, and serves as a cautionary tale for those who would be so heedless and careless with their words and actions. God. He said a lot of words to basically say, hey man, watch what you say. And that's where we're going to cut it here. I feel smarter. Do you feel smarter? You know what would be a really, really smart decision is if you hit that subscribe button or not. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. However, I will be here doing this. So if you'd like to see more, that's a good way to know about it. And there's a bell or something too. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, bye.